Good evening. Welcome to this meeting of Denmead Parish Council Finance Administration and Personnel Committee. It's Wednesday the 30th of April 2025 at 7:30 p.m. and we are in the Barn Green Room at Denmead Community Centre, the old school. First item on the agenda this evening is apologies, and we have apologies from Councillor Scoley. Second item on the agenda is declarations of interest. Arising from this agenda, members and officers are invited to declare any relevant interest. Notwithstanding this item, members may subsequently declare an interest at any point during the meeting. Does anyone have a declaration this evening? No, thank you very much. So item 3 is the minutes of the previous meeting. To receive and confirm the accuracy of the minutes of the meeting held on the 18th of March 2020-25, and it's to receive and approve. For those present, are you happy to approve the minutes? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There are no members of the public present, so there is no need for a public participation session this evening. So we'll move straight on to item 5, which is financial. Item 1, orders for payment. To consider and approve the orders for payment, list 2. Excuse me, that has previously been circulated. Is everybody happy that I sign the orders for payment? That's unanimous, thank you. Thank you very much. Item 5.2 is the accounts, and we note that the accounts for March 2025 have been issued, previously circulated as of the 31st of March 2025, so we note that. Item 5.3 is the internal auditor. To agree the release of the March 2025 accounts to the internal auditor, Johnston Wood Roche, Council's preferred internal auditor, and the action is to agree the release of the March 2025 accounts to the internal auditor. Can I have a show of hands, please? That's unanimous, thank you. 5.4 is the bank reconciliations. To receive and agree the bank balances previously circulated as of the 31st of March 2025, to confirm the balances and for the chairman to sign the statements and reconciliations for the Lloyds current account number 2333468 with a balance of £184,796.79 and the cooperative current account number 6580791 with a balance of £9,246.93. Has everybody agreed that I should sign those statements? Thank you. That one. That's that one, thank you. Excuse me. Item 5.5, year-end underspends and transferred to earmarked reserve funds. To consider the RFO recommendations to transfer underspends of the allocations set within the budget for 2024 to various earmarked reserves funds following year-end closure. So Councillor Andrioli and I went through all of these with the RFO, and the recommended transfers have been circulated. Has everybody had a chance to look at these? We will obviously do, as we have done in previous years, draw down on any funds in these reserves prior to spending current year budget. Is everybody happy with the transfer of year-end funds? Show of hands, please. That's unanimous. Thank you. Item 6 is the 5.6 is conflict of interest with BDO LLP, external auditor. The chairman and the clerk to the council to sign the form, which is completed annually and minuted as such, providing there is no conflict of interest by any member of the council. Is everybody agreed that myself and the clerk should sign? Thank you very much. Thank you. So we move on to 5.7, which is the Charity Bank maturity of the bond. The bond matured on the 22nd of April 2025, and the RFO's recommendation is to reinvest for a further year, so to consider and determine action, and for the chairman and vice chairman to sign the instruction once the action has been determined. We do normally go with the recommendation of our RFO. Is everybody happy that we reinvest for a further year? That's unanimous. Thank you. Pardon?
The wording might need to be changed on what was read out then, because it said you would sign a form however the decision was made.
No, once action has been determined.
You would sign the form.
To sign the instruction once action has been determined. So if we didn't agree to sign it, we would not be signing.
Actually, you would. It says we want it back. So 2 options, usually.
We've agreed that we're signing it.
Yeah. Tick a box as well. And which one there?
That's already ticked.
Oh, she's got.
Thank you very much. So we move on to item 6, the Shared Prosperity Fund, to consider what project we might ask for funding for, to discuss and consider action. So the Shared Prosperity Fund is open for applications. Winchester has been awarded £327,000 under the Shared Prosperity Fund and £223,500 under the Rural England Prosperity Fund, following the UK Government decision to extend both funds for an extra year. Businesses and not-for-profit organisations can now apply with full grants until the 25th of May. Although through the funding, organisations can apply for between £25,000 and £50,000, with commercial businesses required to match fund their projects. Does anyone have any suggestions as to something that we might apply for funding for?
Is it limited to anything or anything?
Eligible projects must meet at least one of the government's key themes of community and place, local business support and people and skills. In the last last 3 years, the City Council has used funding to support 60 projects that are helping to make a lasting impact on health, economy and the look of the district. Some of the projects that have been supported include new exhibits at Marwell Wildlife and the Winchester Science Centre, as well as equipment for the local stonemason, a ceramicist, and an extensive programme of solar panelling.
Including DCC.
I'm thinking that we couldn't apply for the fencing for the burial ground. Offset some of the actually buying it.
Fencing for the burial ground.
Well, I'm sure we'll get fencing the new burial ground. If we get it. So,
If we get it, but we haven't got it yet. So
that's on the assumption we do. So then we can apply for some of that to offset the cost of doing it.
I think probably not at this stage, because we can't say that we've definitely got it yet. Councillor Andrioli?
Can we apply for a large amount of money to replace the drains at the community centre? Because if the drains don't work, they can't open.
Okay. I'm fairly certain I did forward this email and suggest that you put it forward to the DCC. Did that not go forward at the last trustees meeting?
No,
Right.
I don't recall that at all.
You
Until I read the paperwork this evening.
I did forward it.
And the Scouts, of course, could be, we've got suggested that they apply. If you look at the projects they've supported, it included a brand new Scouts hut.
So shall I forward the details of this or we'll ask the clerk to forward details of this to the relevant organisations such as the Scouts, Brownies, Guides, Community Centre, War Memorial Hall, Mead Village Association? Can we think of anyone else?
Include the twin and the greening.
Half the problem is they're talking an amount over 25,000.
Yes, large projects.
So they will consider
Between 25,000 and 50,000. I mean, even DCC's drains don't.
Did they say they'd consider smaller ones as well?
At the council's discretion, but they must be completed before 28th of February 2026.
Send it out to as many people as we can.
All agreed? We send it out to all the organisations in the village? Okay, thank you. Excuse me. Item 7 is social media. To consider what content could be added to the council's social media output to discuss and determine action.
Perhaps that could be put on social media.
That's a good idea. I also took some photographs today. The skate park is being repaired.
Could we not? We can't apply for the grant. Or can we?
It doesn't say that we can't.
Then I just propose that we also add we sort an application out for replacing the skate park. It would be a substantial sum of money.
Speaking with the guys that were doing the repairs today, he suggested, because I explained that council's agreement was that we would do all of these repairs now, but we would be looking to replace in the not too distant future, but obviously that's a large expenditure and we would need to save some funding for that. And he suggested that some of the equipment is at end of life, but not all of it. Some of it that they supplied 20 years ago is still fit for purpose and can be resurfaced another twice. It's only being resurfaced for the first time now, but he said it's also still part of their current building blocks for the ramps, and so it can actually be broken down into its component parts and repurposed for different things. But he said the two main pieces that need to be replaced are about £8,000 each, and it's the medium-sized ramps that are pretty much in the middle, because he said the whole skate park was actually built for BMXs. It wasn't built, and skateboards, and kids don't tend to use skateboards and BMXs now. It's primarily scooters, and the angles on the ramps are the wrong angles. They're and it's too sheer, so you don't get a flow ride through. And so those two would be the key ones that he would suggest that were replaced first, which would mean a different approach, which obviously would need to come to amenities for committee agreement. But we could potentially apply to have those two replaced, which would be, we could do £25,000 application for the skate park.
Yeah.
It's worth a try.
Okay, we'll do that. And yes, we'll put that on social media, but we could also put about the fact that we are working on the skate park, and also the bench has been delivered, which was, I think, Highways, I'm not sure. But it's the bench being delivered, so we can say where that's going to go. All agreed?
Yeah, which one is that?
Probably the one in the play area.
It wasn't supposed to be a picnic bench.
It's that picnic bench.
Mm.
So we got the right.
Okay. Item 8, matters for next agenda. Can you please inform the parish clerk of any items that you would like added to the next agenda? The next item is the confidential report to pass a resolution in accordance with the Public Bodies Admissions to Meeting Act of 1960 to exclude the public and press for discussion of the confidential report relating to the following: the minutes of the confidential report, to receive and confirm the accuracy of the confidential report of the meeting held on the 18th of March 2025, random drug and alcohol testing, to receive an update, and to the community centre to discuss and consider a request.